Hi, this is Blockchain Bad. Welcome to another episode of the Sway Moves Now Contact Development series. Today we're going to be talking about references. Move have two types of references. We have the immutable reference and the mutable reference. So the immutable reference are read only and cannot be modified, while mutable reference allow for modifications. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's create a function. Oh, sorry, it stopped. Called sorry, public stopped. It stops called accounts. Then let's give it balance, field balance. Then which should be of type u64. From then, let me create a function called create account. Then this function should just return on the account. So where's cards? Well, let's with the balance of 0. Well, let's return the account. So now for references, now let's try to get the balance of this account as well. Today about the balance of this account, let me like a function right today in balance. So we call it public for get balance. Then this this function will return the balance. Then we're going to pass in the account. So since we are going to be getting the balance of this account, we need to pass in an immutable reference. So to pass an immutable reference, you have to use the and symbol. Then accounts, then and no accounts. So this little bit of type I have it. Account has immutable and immutable reference. So so to get the account balance, you can just do accounts dot balance. So like this, now we are just getting the balance of on this stuff. So we should get, since we're not modifying, we have to pass in an immutable reference. So the reason why we can't just pass in on the accounts is because if we just pass in the accounts, we transfer the ownership of this accounts to the function. So we only passing an account without any reference only when we want to destroy that object or that stuff. So that's only when, because we're going to pass on the ownership to that function. So right now you're just passing in a reference of it. Let's say this only reference of it, because you don't only want to get the balance and want the ownership to remain with the owner of the let's say if this was an object and it was owned by an account, or sorry, by a user. So we still want the user to still own that object. So the next one, so let me give you an example of immutable reference. So let me create a function called deposits. So public form deposits. So we want to deposit into our accounts, but this time we're going to pass in an immutable reference of our accounts. Why? Because we're going to be modifying our accounts, and to modify our accounts we're going to pass in immutable reference, then deposits, then amounts is going to be of type u64. So I can just say account dot balance is equal to amount. So here, if you look at it, you pass in this way to pass in a immutable reference. You pass in immutable reference to the account. So the account, this account should be linked to the our previous owner. Let's pass in elephant because we want to modify it. So just like I said, the only scenario where you pass in the stocks or the object that a reference is when you want to like destroy it or like transfer ownership to the function. So now let me give an example of that. So let me give a like another function called close. So let me start close the account. Close the account. So now if I want to close this account, I can just pass in the account without any reference because I'm going to transfer the ownership to this function here. So I can just choose to just dereference it. So let's say before I close the account, I just want to return the balance before closing the account. So this 64, I can either choose to dereference it. So to dereference, let me say let account then balance equal to account. Then let me just pass out the balance. So right here, I have just the reference of this account and we've deleted it. So right now, if this belongs to another, it's no longer the owner's own. So let me give an example with an object. So let me just change this to key, then make it an object. Let's say has key, then ID of like UID. Then here, let me pass in the character context. So I'm going to pass in the mutable reference of the character context here. Then our ID is going to be objects. So right now I'm just trying to create an object. So objects new the was the person the character context. So now I say let's do this other objects. So I'm going to take the apples ID tests. Then here I can just do id.delete. Okay, so this was I was just doing it like and delete this account. So that's the only way you pass in an object or a stopped or a value. It might be a value. It can be U64 boom. So you can pass in references of any objects on type. Let's say bold or anything. So that's it for the first scenario. So let's test out these functions so that you understand these references better. So let me come here to test. Then let me delete all this. So let me remove this comment here. Then let me recommend this. Let's do this also. So first of all, let's test the references. Then let's get our create account function. So let me copy this create accounts. Then let me just remove this. Let me be some objective. Let me just remove this here. Remove this off. This also. This and let me remove this also. So let me come back here. Then these are this create account returns an account. So let me switch it to accounts, goes to references, then it's error carrots. So let me give this an ability to copy and drop. I'll also dock. So let me come back here and let me print this account from standard library. Let me get the debug. debug print, then print the account. So this debug print takes immutable reference. So let me pass in an immutable reference of my account. So the next one is the get balance function. So let's say let's balance equal to references, then get balance. So this get balance takes in an immutable reference also of account. So the pass as being reference, then let's try to print the balance. So the sequence will pass in an immutable reference of our balance here, because this debug print, if I click and look at it, it takes in an immutable reference. So let me still print out the account again. So debug print, then let's print okay. So before that, let me still call the next function. Let me call our deposit function here. So let me say references, then deposit, then this is going to take in immutable reference of our accounts. Then it's going to take in an amount also. So for this now, they said invalid immutable of mutable account. So this here now, you look at this here, this account is tagged immutable. So for us to pass in immutable reference, it cannot just convert immutable to immutable. So for us to do that, we have to allow this account to be immutable. So you have to put smooth here to convert this account here to be immutable on reference. So without smooth here, it means that this account here, it just it's not, you cannot mute it to just add in a mute here. So let me once command C move pastes. So let me add to help, because I'm not sure my connection is stuck. So let me just use this this keep latest going tables. So let me just paste this here. So cd I find this. Let me run this command again. So if you look at it, first of all, the first print statement is printing our account. Secondly, they're printing the balance, which was still 0. Then after that, we now add a deposit. Then after you look at it now, after we print that stock again, because the balance offline. So now let me change something. Let's say in this our get balance function now, I change it. Instead of me giving an immutable reference, I just change it without doing a reference. Like I told you, if you pass in a stock or a value or an object that was given to a reference, it transfers ownership to that function. So now if I come here and here's the get balance function. So let me come here and remove the immutable reference. Then let me do this. So you look at it here, if I come here, then I know pops up said the value account was previously moved here. So coming back here, because we pass our account without the reference, it was moved to the function. Just like I told you, if you pass in an object or a value without a reference and you want to read it, you're automatically just giving it to the function. So if I still run the code, it will still give me the same thing. So if you want to read a function, if you want to read an object or read a virtual object, you have to pass in an immutable reference so that you don't move the value to the function. So let me come back here and make that. So that clears our L. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is dereferencing. So let me create another function called read to from left. Then it's going to take in a balance left of, let's see, an immutable reference of u64. Then I want to return u64. So here what I can do is that since this is an immutable reference, I cannot just return it. It should give me an error. They will say balance with, they will say expected u64 but given and u64. So if you come into this kind of scenario, what you can do is dereference this. So to dereference it, I can just add an asterisk before the value. So looking at this now, I have dereferenced this. So this is how we can dereference. So let me write the last function again called public from, let's say, write to left. Then let's take a balance left of type, let's say needs u64 and a new value of u64. Sorry, I have to say equal to. So now in this kind of scenario right now, let's say I want to assign the balance left. Then I want to assign it to our new value. There's going to be an error. It said giving u64 and expected I go with u64. So one way to tackle this issue is either we give this balance left immutable reference of u64, or we just dereference it before assigning to a new value. So what I can do is that I can just dereference it first, then return with the value. So you might come across kind of issues. So let me write another function again to explain this better. So let me call it public for, let's say, add mute and init. So everything can't init. Then let's take e, then it's going to be of type and needs u64. Then b is going to be of type, it's going to be a immutable value of u64. And let's say I want to add them together and return the value, and it should be of type u64. So to do this, I can just do a plus b. First of all, it will be an error. They said giving u64 and expected u64. So to tackle this issue, what I can do is that I can just dereference the two of them first. So I can just dereference this and dereference this. So if you look at it now, it works this way because you cannot add immutable reference and immutable reference together. Neither can you add a value without a reference and immutable reference together. They all have to be of the same types. So if you can only add u64 and u64 together, or u64 and u64 together, or immutable reference of 64 and immutable reference of 64. You cannot just add them differently. So that's scenarios of view using the references. So let me explain something to again. So let me write a function. There's something else to let me write a function called let me call it takes immutable, and let's say it takes an immutable value, let's say a, then it takes an immutable value of type u64. I want it to also return u64, the immutable value of type u64. So what you can do is that you can just return a just like that. So what something again, let's say you have a function again, let me write another function, let me call it takes mutable, and let's say our value is of type and mute u64, then we want it to return a value of an immutable value of u64. What you can do is that you can just return that value just like that. So we can, our function can take in an immutable reference, and if it's given an output of an immutable reference, it can just pass it out like that. So let me write a third function called takes immutable and returns mute. So let's say our function takes in an immutable reference of u64, then we want it to return immutable reference of u64. We cannot just pass in the value. I cannot just return the value like that. Why? We cannot just convert an immutable reference to immutable reference like that. So this kind of function, we can't do something like this. It's going to be an error. But if our function takes in a immutable reference, I want to like return an immutable reference, you can just pass out the immutable reference like that. But for this kind of function, we can't do that. It's not possible. So we can not do that. This kind of function, it's not possible. You can only like pass out a immutable reference. So automatically this here, this it's this part here, it just converts the immutable reference to an immutable reference, but here it cannot automatically convert it because we can't convert an immutable reference to immutable reference just like that. So let's go back to our text function. Let me show you something. So let me comment this out and comment this out, considering them. So let's say we have a value, let's e is equal to 0, and now we want to change this value of it like something else. Let's say 8. We're going to have an error. Why? Because this here, it's immutable for now. So for us to like change the value of this, we have to like convert or make this immutable. So now this one is concatenating the value, so they will just put another aspect concatenating the value. So now if you look at this now, for us to be able to change the value, we have to make on this a variable or mutable, and if not, we cannot be able to like change the value. And also let me create another variable. Let me say let's say it's of type and u64, and let's pass in 0. So now if you look at this now, we are getting an error because it said given an integer we expected an immutable reference of u64. So to do this, we can just make this immutable. So to make it immutable, we have to just pass in or put and here. So if you look at it now, this is the same, they have the same value, and same as immutable. Let me call this C, then let me use type and mute u64. So just the same way, we cannot just pass it 9, so we have to still give it mutable value. So I put and mute 9 now, if you look at it now, it's now allows us to do that. So let me give another instance again. So now let me say let's x of type and u64 it's equal to until plus it's immutable, and let's say we want to like give this x another value. So now to give x another value we have to make it mutable. So now I can just give x another value. So I can give x and 9, this is correct, and also I can also give x and mute 9, this is also correct. Why? You can pass in a mutable value to an immutable value, but you cannot pass in an immutable value to a mutable value. So let me write another one again. Let's say let's y is equal to and mute u64, and let's give it the value of and mute 7. And now let's say we want to change the value of y. So to change the value of y we have to add a mute here. Then let's say let's give it the value. We cannot pass in and 5 here. It's going to give us an error. Just like I said, you can pass in an immutable reference to an immutable, but you cannot pass in immutable to mutable. So this here now is an error. It's not going to work out, but here it's going to work out